Hello everyone, this is Prince de Kafana for AES Media. Today, we're diving into a major strategic question. Is Africa becoming one of the most important agricultural markets for the United States? With rising food demand, rapid urbanization, and increasing pressure on resources, our continent is drawing global attention. But why? And what does it mean for African nations? Stay with us for this in-depth investigation.
For more than a decade, the trends have been clear. Africa's food demand is rising faster than its local production. The population continues to grow, increasing demand for rice, wheat, oils, meat, and processed foods. Here are the key numbers. Local food production, plus 2.78% per year. Food imports, plus 3.67% per year. This widening gap makes Africa a prime target for global exporters. For U.S. soybean producers in particular, the continent represents a crucial new market. Let's talk about cooking oils, a central component of Africa's food industry. Palm oil dominates the market, making up nearly 49% of consumption. It's affordable, widely available, and deeply integrated into African food systems. But soybean oil, the backbone of U.S. agricultural exports, is gaining momentum. Over the past 10 years, overall edible oil consumption increased by 3.1% per year. Soybean oil consumption grew even faster at 3.8% per year. This suggests soybean oil could play a much bigger role in Africa's evolving food economy. One of the most powerful drivers of Africa's changing diet is urbanization. African cities are growing 2.17 times faster than rural areas, and city life changes how we eat. More processed foods, more cooking oil for fast food and street meals, more meat and protein, more ready-to-eat products, more demand for restaurants and quick meals. U.S. producers understand this very well. As African cities expand, so does demand for soy-based products, flour, oils, animal feed, and industrial food ingredients. For U.S. soybean and oil exporters, Africa represents a vast opportunity, but not an easy one. Here are some of the challenges. Limited port and road infrastructure, factories calibrated for palm oil, not soy, different culinary habits across countries, strict regulations on GMOs in some regions, fragmented markets. This forces American exporters to adapt. They're now investing in market studies, strengthening local partnerships, and working closely with African distributors. The United States is gearing up for a long-term presence.
For African nations, this situation raises a critical dilemma. On one hand, yes, food needs are rising. Yes, imports can sometimes be cheaper. But on the other hand, heavy imports increase dependency. Dependency weakens sovereignty, and weak sovereignty threatens long-term stability. Africa needs to strengthen its food systems by producing more locally, building stronger processing industries, improving logistics and storage, supporting farmers with modern tools, keeping more value added within the continent. But there is hope and enormous potential. Africa holds 60% of the world's uncultivated arable land. With rising interest in agribusiness, agrotech startups, and youth-led innovation, the continent could not only feed itself, but become a major agricultural exporter. The key is clear: local production, local transformation, local value.
Africa is attracting major global players, and the United States has clearly understood the stakes. But beyond the statistics, this is a question about our future. What kind of food system do we want? Will Africa remain just a consumption market? Or will it rise as a continent of producers, innovators, and agricultural powerhouses? Thank you for watching. I am Prince de Kafana for AES Media. Like, share, comment, and stay informed. See you soon for another in-depth analysis.